Alright guys, this is the next day and pretty much I got the sword pretty much almost complete here, and the next step is for me is to plastic weld together all the gaps and all the lines here, kind of make it pretty much merge together, and also creates a better bond between the surface on the plastic. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I have my soldering kit here. I have some leftover PLA, just basic black, which I'm gonna use to fill in the gaps, and then we'll move on from there on forward. Next thing I will need is a mask, because I do not want to be absorbing plastic, right? And I also have my windows open here. I also have my restroom ventilation on, just in case, to suck up some of the fumes. And also I think I have a purifier right here next to the desk to absorb more of the film once it comes out, because I just want to be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So I'm just gonna, for the easier part like these, I'm just gonna kind of just glaze over them like so here. Since they're already super glue in between them, I'm just gonna overlap them just to have a better seamless line here. And then of course later on I can just sand it down, or even put some plastic bondo to help hide the lines. And I can always get a little bit, if the gap's too much, I can always just take a little bit from here and kind of just put it down there like so. I'm just going back and forth pretty much like this to pretty much make the two plastic pieces kind of layer over each other. And we are approaching a pretty big gap, which I'm just gonna take a bit more plastic here. First, I kind of want to just melt them together as best as I can. and then just add a few more kind of drops of plastic, trying to fill the gap in between. So another thing is, once you're doing this, is pretend that this is the line, right? It's gonna have an indent downward, which I eventually will put the plastic bondo on top to flatten that out. So I'm not too worried on how it looks like right now, because I know for sure I'm gonna be fixing it a lot later. All right, we're coming into the magnet part here, and I do kind of want to reinforce it with extra plastic just around this area here, because the layer in between the magnets is very thin. I think it's only a few millimeters thick, so I kind of want to reinforce it along here and here just to really make it bond with the plastic. Okay, majority of this is done. I think these are fine for me to just put bondo over. I'm just more concerned at the edges that are like you know, like gap like this, where I need to fill in between there. Joint the seams together. All right, now I am doing the middle part here. There's a lot of gaps that I need to fill up, so I'll go ahead and start doing that. I already did the other side, because it's pretty much the same thing as what I did the first time around, so I don't think you guys need to see that boring thing. All right, pretty much the sword's ready to be sanded down on these edges here, but the next thing I wanted to do, I did one side already, but is to put this magnet here, this magnet onto this end, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna allow me to pop this in like so, and then it's gonna click here because there is a magnet that is on this plate or on this blade part. That's the magnet part right here that I put it in onto this blade, so it's gonna connect the two pieces. So what I'm gonna do, I could solder it into place, but what I've done is I just take the X-Acto knife and slowly just kind of slowly just carving this away and making enough space for it to for the magnet to slide right in there, like so. Like that. And I'll use this blade to kind of score roughly where I need to line it. Like so. I'm just using my thumb to put more pressure into it. And there we go. It's in there. So how it goes is it goes inward like this, it connects, and then it goes down, and then do you hear that? And that's how it's gonna stay snug in there, you know. So if I need to, say for instance, check the electrical or change the battery, all I have to do is pull it downward. The material slot's going to cover it, so pull it downward and then get something to lift up. Yeah, it's really strong magnet, so I'm just going to use this for right now and then lift up like so, and it comes off pretty easy, pretty neat. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there for right now. Just be careful because the magnet does pull like that. Alright, so I done the sanding part of the part where the two pieces meets together, like these right here, and I did a little bit of sanding on the surface as well, as much as I can. But now it is time to put on plastic filler here to cover up those gaps. So this is pretty potent, so I'm gonna wear a mask for this. Okay, so I apply throughout the whole blade of the plastic bond, if you can see here. All around. Now I need to let it dry. It's gonna take about a full, pretty much by the time I wake up, it's about 12 in the morning here. But some of them don't look too, like, I say, straight or nice. It's kind of like smudge everywhere, but honestly, that's kind of what it's fine, because I'm just gonna sand over that, and hopefully it covers most of the lines. All right, so it's been the next day. I woke up actually pretty early for myself. Let me show you the end, not the end result, but let me show you the hardening after you letting it dry. It's pretty solid, I would say. Now it's what's left is just sanding, and then after sanding, I'll check if there's any gaps left, and if it's very, very small, then I can get away with the primer filler and just kind of giving it more layer of the primer just to fill in that gap. So, but overall, everything seems to be dry enough for me to sand, but unfortunately, since it's London, UK weather, it is also raining outside, so I can't sand out there, but I can in here. All right, okay. Oh, God. Most funnest part of all builds of freaking course. Safety first.
Two hours later.
All right, so I spent the last 4 or 5 hours sanding this blade to the point where I am satisfied with these. Came out pretty good. Big tip to sanding these is I use a 120 grit, but I used my fingers as like kind of a guide to see if there's any bumps or ridges type of thing. I kind of want them to be as smooth as possible. If there's slight indentation or like this one over here, let me see here, like this one, like I know there's like a slight indentation, I will try to cover that with the filler primer here. But overall, everything seems to be tip top to my likings. I'm gonna clean this really well. I'm probably just use water and a rag and just keep on wiping it, and then prepping it for the primer. Yeah.